Welcome back to another video. Hope you are having a great day. And today we are going to take a look at this free software which will help us to manage Windows 11, help us to improve the performance of our computer, including for those that play games and want to improve the frames per second that you play with your awesome already hardware. But in this case, we will have a lot of options and really easy to use. Now, if you are in search for such a software, let's go and take a closer look at it. And if you are watching this video on your Windows 10 or 11 computer and you still haven't activated and can't even edit your desktop icons, don't forget to check out CDKeysales.com, where we can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get even cheaper. And besides Windows 11 Pro, if you are looking for Windows 10 or even an Office suite that we can aggregate directly to our Microsoft account, you can use the same coupon code, which will give you the best price possible at this moment. So just in case, the link will be down below. And here we are on the desktop with Wintoys, which is completely free. We just need to go to the Microsoft Store, search for Wintoys, and just download it, install it, and basically that is it. It has a great rating right over here, and honestly I'm loving using it, which is really cool. It has been updated recently, so this is really awesome. It has new features and we are going to check them out. Now the first menu here will show us our system, a glance of what we have right over here. This is a laptop. This is the N1, a budget laptop with dual screens. So for those that want something similar to this to do tutorials, where I'm using OBS or Melt Studio on the bottom screen, and then on the top screen I'm showing what I want to that side of the screen so that I can help out with some tools, then this is a great option, and I will leave the link down below as well. So besides being able to check what's here, if you have a normal computer desktop, you will see the motherboard info and so on, the CPU, memory, and then we also have information here at the glance: how many apps, how many processes, how many services, a space that was cleaned, which we are going to see how we can do that, and then the CPU usage, which we can compare with the task manager right over here. Also the video card, which is an integrated GPU, memory, and network. Now the first menu here, and we can open like this as it was on the beginning, because I was recording a video in Portuguese to share with my Portuguese community. So if we go to apps, we will have access to all the apps that we have on our system, and we can go to the Windows menu and search for the apps, but here it's a lot more friendly. If I want to uninstall a app, I can just press here, uninstall, and that is it. The same with the services. We can go to the Windows service menu, but it's a lot more complicated, and here I can just select, okay, so Adobe Acrobat Update Service. I don't want this running. There are a lot of services here, 107 services running. Probably a lot of them are unnecessary. So if I don't want to use this one, I can just go here. Instead of making automatic, I want manual, and instead of running, I want to stop. So it will disappear from this list. I only have 106, and this will enable my computer to save RAM. Now in this machine I've got 16 gigabytes, which is not bad at all, but for example older machines with 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes of RAM, we can free RAM, then that will make a huge difference. And even on computers with more RAM, like this one right over here, if I can use more RAM allocated to other things, I will be able to do it like this. Now if by any reason you decide later on that, oh, I don't want that, I want to put it back as it was, I just need to come here, and where it says stop, I will go to the menu and see what stop, and here it is, Adobe Acrobat Update Service. So I can come around, and here I will say, okay, I want this automatic and I want to start, and there we go, 169 services are stopped. But if I go to the running, we will have 107 services, which were the ones that we had at the start. So this is a really easy to use tool and really makes a difference, especially on older computers. Now on the performance side, we have a lot of options here. I will try to cover as best as I can and as fast as I can so that you have a general idea of what you can do. In terms of ultimate performance power plan, we also have this menu on the Windows menu. I'm already using it, and one of the differences that you might check out is that if you are using a laptop with your power power plan enabled to energy saver, what happens is that the frequency of the CPU will be lower and it will try to work as low as possible to maintain a lot more battery. Now in here, if we enable, it will discharge the battery faster, but if I'm connected like I am right now, which the battery is charging, then there's no difference at all, and I want to take full advantage of this. So this is really easy right over here, but if you want, you can go to the Windows menu. This is a shortcut and you will find it buried on the control panel, hardware, sound and power options, so a lot easier this way. We also have the AGS, which is hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, which I can't use because I don't have a GPU right over here. Also VBS, which is for virtualization. For all the machines, you can try out and see if your computer has a better performance. We also have the option for the startup apps, which once again we can go to the Windows menu, but here, as we can see, really easy menu. I just need to say, okay, do I really need this? Actually I do. But do I need Microsoft Photos? No. Do I need Microsoft Teams? Actually I don't. And probably this is Start Experiences app. I don't really need this. And one of the things that it will tell me is, hey, your last boot was 6.8 seconds, which is really cool for this kind of machine, which is a budget machine, but I can improve the boot time. And this is a really great way to measure the boot time and then enable and see if I'm getting faster boot times or not. And if I'm getting faster boot times, I will be decreasing as well the RAM usage and the CPU usage, so everything is interconnected. Now let's go to the Relanch Apps, which is also an option that will save some states, like Steam, for example. You know that it will launch every time that you open your computer if you have it enabled as a startup app, but it will save the state and it will make it boot faster in the case of Steam and other similar apps, which is really awesome. Background apps, I can enable or disable this to not allow any app to run on the background. So if it's on the background, it will be closed, it will not be running. And this is great to save CPU and RAM usage. Activity history, it's self-explanatory. Visual settings, this is great for older machines, but for newer machines you will lose, for example, the visual aesthetics and some of the animations that Windows has, which I really enjoy. So if your machine can handle and if you are okay, I wouldn't touch this one right over here. Gaming settings, this is great to improve the frames per second of your games. If you want to push a little bit more with the same hardware, then there's no harm in trying and enable these so that you can improve your gameplay. Even if you are searching for 2, 3, 5 frames per second, yeah, that will be cool. Besides that, we also have the search indexing, which might take a lot of resources, always trying to cache out the search index. So we can disable this and you will see a deep impact on your fastness of your computer. We also have the delivery optimization, which will share, as it says, the Windows updates with other devices so we can save time. And then also the network adapter on board processor, so it will offload some of the tasks made by the CPU and RAM. And basically this is in terms of performance. Let's check out the health, which has a lot more. Now, fast startup, we just need to press a button and test out for yourself if it improves the boot time or not. And it says here 50% of boot time. The same with hibernation. It will save the state of our operating system when it hibernates, so it's a lot quicker getting back. Drive optimization. With SSDs, this is not that necessary. These are optimized. Actually, about 2 hours ago, one of them, it was not optimized, but automatically it did optimize because I've got that option enabled. The same with storage sense. We can delete temporary files and we can go, this is cool because it has the shortcut. I can go to Windows and select those options, or I can just enable it here and let the software do everything automatically. Battery report is really cool. We are going to generate a quick report right over here. This tool is great. For example, if you want to purchase a computer, you just need to put Wintoys on a drive pan and then install on that computer that you want to purchase, and you will be able to have a lot of information regarding the battery, so you will not be buying something without knowing what it is. And this is really cool. You could see in 1 second or so we had a full report or almost full report of the battery. Also, if you are having issues with blue screens or deaf screens, we can try these tools right over here. Just select them and then restart the computer and help out to check that out. With the memory is the same. Sometimes we have memory sticks that are not good, and this memory diagnostic will help to check that out. We can do that. In terms of cleanup, we have also a lot of options here. For example, if I select here the junk, it will give me this really nice menu and simple to read. If I want to delete all the files, I can just select and delete them. Or if I want to delete Windows updates, by some reason it did update, but I still have these files over there occupying 7.7 gigs, so I can just delete them, and that is it. I'm going to leave it as is for now. The same with file store, DNS, and system restore. We can delete all the files that are in here which are not necessary anymore. System updates is one of my favorite here, depending on the computer that I'm using. Actually, I'm enrolled on the Microsoft beta, which I will receive updates on some of my computers, beta updates that I can test out features and then share with you. But there are some computers that I don't want to have constantly updates boring me. So one of the options here is, if I want, I can just disable those updates, and on the Windows side of the menu we can only postpone about 3 or 4 weeks. I can't recall right now, but here we can disable completely and then just enable manually. Okay, today I want to check out if there are any updates, and we can do that, which is really cool. Also, the app updates I can enable to update automatically. Sleeping pill, this is really cool. I'm sure that you have seen your computer hibernating and then all of a sudden it will wake up the screen and you didn't touch the computer. This just because one app decided randomly to open up the screen. So we can put in here the sleeping pill and see what apps are doing that to our computer. At this moment, 0 apps are randomly waking up my computer. Also, graphic driver, we can restart and install or update the driver, and icons cache, which we can quickly press the button and rebuild right over here. And lastly, a few more tweaks. These tweaks are cool, but most of them are just aesthetic. For example, desktop right over here, if I disable recycle bin and if I refresh my computer, it disappears, which is obviously, now this is something that it's not groundbreaking, and I can enable once again. I can go to the Windows menu, personalize themes, and then desktop icons and change, but here is just one click. So at this moment I'm going to refresh and there we go. So the same with all these options right over here, cosmetic, but it's one of those tools that to me it's really complete. I've got a lot of stuff right over here. The same with the start menu. I can change a lot of options right over here, and just one press of a button and there we go. File Explorer, there are options here which are really cool, especially these two here. Sometimes I want to change my extension of a certain file, and I can just go here and press on, and there we go. I will have extensions showing on my File Explorer. The same with files that are hidden, I can show them. And of course we have these options hidden on our File Explorer, but here are a lot more friendly, so I can just come here, save a lot of time. And there are a few more similar options that you already probably have read. Now here there are really cool things in terms of privacy. Do you remember when you installed Windows 11, those questions regarding ads and personalize this and personalize that, which we will not get back to that menu, but here they are all almost all together, which I can, okay, location, no, I don't want that. Telemetry, I don't want that as well. App launches tracking, no, thank you. So there are a lot of options here which are great and easy to customize with just one single click. I don't need to go and search for those Windows menus. The same with the ads, the answers that we given when we did install Windows. I can just, okay, no, thank you, no, thank you. So a lot of things that we can disable right over here according to our taste. Of course, you can enable if you want. And then finally, in terms of system, we can personalize a few things like clock with seconds. If you want to add seconds here, you can just enable, and a few more similar static changes that are really, really cool. And finally, the spotlight images, which is when we have the screen saver, when it's about to hibernate, we have several images that will go by. If we enable here, it will extract those images that appear on the spotlight, and you can use those images to put on your desktop and so on. And basically this is it. Hopefully I was able to explain a little bit better how you can take advantage of Wintoys to improve your workflow, to improve the speed of your computer, and hopefully to have a better experience, especially on older computers. That being said, if the video was helpful, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.